Okay, so I just pulled some cards for myself, and what I pulled right away was help is on the way, direction, um, listen, and ask for guidance. And so, what I was kind of tuning into, and I just felt like after I was reading the cards and the descriptions in there, I just felt called to share this with the collective because we're all connected to a collective of other souls. And so often when I have like a reading, especially that hits me like on an emotional level, it's often for a collective of people. So I'm just really manifesting that this finds who it needs to find today. And I feel like this is just a message from our angels and guides saying that like help is on the way. Sometimes it doesn't come in the form that we think it's going to come in. 44, as I look down at the timer. Sometimes it comes in other ways. And so, you know, we can sit here and ask for like that financial support. Like here's what I know is that no matter what has happened in my life, even when I feel like I'm not going to have enough money to pay my bills, somehow it always works out. I don't know how, it just does. Like somebody will book or somebody will purchase an oil or somebody will do, you know, something. And so I'm just trying to trust in this moment. Like I'm really just kind of living, you know, paycheck to paycheck right now, but also trying not to be in that lack mindset to where I don't have enough. And so that it's really hard. It's a really difficult place to be in when you're like trusting and knowing that you're going to be okay, but also knowing that it's okay to ask for help. And so I feel like the biggest message here is that your guides are around you. They are giving you signs and communicating with you, but it's like we also need to do our 144 as I look down. We also need to do our part and sit in silence to receive those messages and then just pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that we're seeing. So hold on, I'm going to pause for a sec. So for the direction cards, it says your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. Your spirit desires new experiences and inner growth at this point in your life and is calling you for a new route on your journey. Which direction should you go? Your higher self holds the knowledge of which direction will support your dreams, provide opportunities, and lead you to your destiny. Your higher self wants to help you if you allow it. You are being reminded that you can listen to the wisdom of your higher self or the voice of your ego when considering your path. And so that feels like a really big message. And what did I get? I got help is on the way, direction, listen, ask for guidance. So this is exactly what every single card that I pulled when I read in the book, it was saying a very similar message. And so it says your ego will always be fear-based. It instills worry and anxiety and will cause you to question your direction. Additionally, your ego will have you overthink. And overthinking leads to analysis paralysis, self-doubt, inaction. Your ego will push your mind into constantly assuming the worst case scenario as opposed to expecting the best case scenario. If you choose your ego, then indecision and confusion will accompany you on your journey. However, if you quiet the mind and tune in to the wisdom of your internal guide, or your higher self, the answer will reveal itself. What does this particular guidance sound like? The voice of your higher self is positive, uplifting, and supportive. It comes from a higher intelligence that knows your true desires and which route to take to manifest them successfully. It will never mislead you, but it will ask that you take bold steps with confidence and faith. Trust that this is a new direction, that this new direction will propel you into an exhilarating journey that will enable you to grow emotionally and spiritually. For further guidance, do some internal research and ask which way brings you the most joy. Which direction excites you the most? What excites you is usually in alignment with your core values and individual strengths. As always, a joyful emotional response is the right answer. So again, this is really like knowing that when you're trying to like force something to come through or work, if it feels uncomfortable in your body, then it's probably not the right step to take, right? And then part of it is like, one of the things I was thinking, so my mom was like worried about me that I was going to have money to pay my bills, and I'm 50 years old, right? And so, but she's my mom. She's always going to worry about me. But I had this thought of like different ways that she could support me in my business that might make her feel like she's being supportive as opposed to just giving me money, right? And so anyway, it was just a thought that I was having. I do a lot of the healing experiences and Reiki and stuff on her, obviously for free. But anyway, so I feel like the biggest message here is that like ask for guidance. Your guides are around you. And just be open to the way that it's going to come towards you, because you just never know like what your path is supposed to look like. Yeah. So, play around with art, play around, do something that makes you feel joyful. Like when I think about my business and what excites me the most about like the different oils and stuff that I make, like I love creating things with intention when someone has something specific that they want to release or heal in their body. I'm really creative like that. And so I love to do stuff like that. And so I'm constantly creating stuff for my family and different people that are like experiencing discomfort, and just, I often like give that stuff away. And so I feel very passionate about that stuff. And the heart healing sessions and the healing experience, both of those are, sessions that I am excited to, assist people in these transitions, because I've been through a lot of different things in my life, and nervous system regulation has been a very big one for me. And I just have a lot of knowledge and experience to share with people. And so I'm open to whatever that looks like. And I think this is just a message of encouragement that like you're on the right path and your team is with you even when it feels like you're alone. So I'm sending you so much love. If you do resonate with my energy and feel called to work with me, link is in my bio.